Hello, my name is Accursio. I'm the chef owner at Cori Trattoria in San Diego, California. Today we are making a multigrain focaccia. The ingredients that we will need, there are 7 grain, which they are milled small, coarse, whole wheat flour, fresh yeast, extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, cherry tomato, and potato, which has been steamed and then fine smashed, and of course our purified water. Now that we have all the ingredients, we can go in the first step and make the dough. So we're starting by pouring all the flour inside the machine. Then we're adding the grains, the fresh yeast. Make sure there is crumble. We add in the water, and we start mixing for 5 minutes. After the first 5 minutes, we're gonna add the potato, which they were steamed and then lightly crushed. And we'll let it go for a couple of minutes more. We're going to add the sea salt. Now we are adding the extra virgin olive oil, and we will let the focaccia mix until smooth. It will take more 5 to 8 minutes from now. So now it's very tight. The gluten is fully developed. You need to rest a little bit, and then we can start to do the fold. The focaccia dough is now ready. Now that we have the dough on the counter, we're gonna go to the second step of mixing, which is giving fold. The fold will increase the structure of the gluten and will give a much higher raising and much sponginess on the final product. For the fold, we wanna basically take the dough, remove from the counter, and just folding one time. I'm gonna fold one more time by putting both the sides one on top of the other. As you can see, the dough, it's more tense and much more smoother on the surface. We're gonna do the step 2 more times, but between one and the other, we wanna make sure that we wait between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. Now that the dough is rest, we're gonna make the final fold, 1 and 2. We're gonna have the dough rest for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna start the portioning. Now that the dough is nice and relaxed, we are going to portioning it. The portion for this small tin, it's about 150 grams. We're gonna use a scale. Now that we have portioned, we're gonna roll them and give more structure. The rolling, we take one side, we fold on the top. Same thing, we roll around, we fold on top. Then we give a little round shape. Pretty much the same step of making the pizza ball. As you can see, the result have to be very smooth, and the ball have to be very tight, so nice and thick, no sitting on the side. At this point, we are getting our olive oil. With the brush, we're gonna make sure that the tin it's wet all around. Be very generous with the oil, because also the oil will allow the focaccia to make its nice crispy texture on the bottom. I'm gonna sit the focaccia in the tray, a little bit extra olive oil on top. Gonna start to pressing very gently, make a little bit flatter. Then at this point, we're gonna go with the cherry tomato. I like to put the cherry tomato with the cut side above, so when it's gonna cook, it's gonna dehydrate a little bit and increase the flavor. Press it a little bit inside, so stay. We're gonna finish with a little bit of sea salt on top of the tomatoes. We're gonna use a step that we create in the oven to proof the dough, and it will take about 1 hour, and then we will cook them. The first step of the focaccina is ready. This one has been proofed for about 1 hour. We're gonna remove from the oven. As you can see, it's perfectly proof. Now we will go and cook them. We create a setting that is going to cook with 100% of humidity at 300 Fahrenheit for about 2 minutes. And then the program is gonna go at 375 with no humidity for about 12 minutes more. And they will be perfectly crunchy and soft inside. We're gonna proof the bread inside the oven. We have created a setting which will bring the temperature of the oven at 100 Fahrenheit with 20% of humidity. And the step will take between 4 minutes and 1 hour. The focaccias are ready. We are gonna remove from the oven. We are going to let the focaccia cooling down, and when cold, we will remove it from the tray. The focaccia are now ready. They've been cooling down. They are ready to be served. As you can see, it's perfectly cooked. It's very moist inside, and how you heard from the sound, it is very crispy on the outside.